Straightness. The inherent need to be perceived as straight as humanly possible is a focal point of discussion in many groups of men, going as far as sparking philosophical levels of discussion or even heated arguments over such topics. One of the most important topics being the media you're indulging in whilst you're tickling your tallywhacker. So today, I, XinoHusk, your designated freaky light-skinned king with PhDs in both gayness and goonology, will be giving you a scientific and mathematical breakdown on which media types, as a man, are the straightest and gayest to partake in. But to do that, we're gonna need a change in scenery. That usually works. Oh no. Wait, just do a normal transition! Good afternoon, students. Welcome to Nigma University. Today, I, Professor Bust, will be your teacher for today to give you the ins and outs on what is technically the straightest and gayest media you can partake in. Now, starting things off, here we have our chart. Now, as you can see, we have Gayest on the far left side, while Straightest is all the way to our right side. Smack in the middle, you just have being straight. Now, in the media we consume, there are four key players: men, women, traps, and fudas. Now, there are a grand total of 10 different combinations of these four characters that you may see in the media you partake in. There are more, there are less. You can be like, there's trans women, this, that. We're not doing this. This is strictly fictional. I'm not into politics. I am, but I don't get into them in my videos. Now, we're gonna lay out each of the possible combinations there are. Now, the 10 possible combinations you have from left to right are man plus man, man plus trap, man plus fuda, trap plus fuda, man and woman, trap and trap, fuda and fuda, woman and fuda, woman and trap, and woman. Now, this is where we get into the mathematical calculation, all right? This has been done before, but I'm doing it, and I'm light-skinned. Now, anything that involves a man. Now, when talking about men, we are talking about masculine conforming men. Men that have body hair, muscles, this, that, and the whatever. They're manly man, all right? Anything that involves a manly man was going to be plus 50% gay, because any combination is going to be 50-50 no matter what, all right? Two halves of a whole, two halves of 100. So anything that has a schlong, because that is a key male characteristic, is going to be plus 50% gay. Now, women, on the other hand, are the complete opposite of that spectrum, okay? Anything that involves the old clam, the snatch, the old pear emoji, that is going to be, by default, minus 50% gay, all right? Are you following? And are there any questions? I'm assuming not, so I'm going to continue. Now, traps. Traps are a heated area of debate, but we don't do that here because we only conform with math and science. So we don't have issues here. Now, for others, they might have problems. Traps, by definition, are feminine presenting men. Every aspect of them is feminine besides the schlong. So, since every aspect is a woman, but they still got the downstairs, that is going to make it plus 25% gay. Are you guys following along? I hope you are. I hope you guys are taking notes too. Now, fudas. Fudas are the key player in today's lecture. See now, what do fudas by definition have? They have both a cooch, but they also have a schlong. Now, this should be some easy mental math. What are we left with? 0% gay, because they are both feminine presenting characters with both a schlong and a cooch, thus making it 0. Count them, 0. 0% gay. Now, essentially, what we're going to do from here is we're going to do some simple math. We're going to get the easy ones out immediately. Man plus woman, the most conventional, stereotypical combination you will see. Plus 50, minus 50. You're left with 0. All right? So man and woman is going to go smack in the middle, making it not at all gay. All right? It is neither straighter, it is neither gayer. Smack in the middle. Now, next up. What is another combination that will guarantee us 0? You guessed it. Good job. I'm glad you guys answered it. Fuda on Fuda. By default, 0 plus 0 is going to give us 0. Thus, making it just as straight to watch Fuda on Fuda as it is to watch a stereotypical man on woman. So we're going to be putting Fuda on Fuda in the middle. The math is checking out. I'm glad you guys are following along. Trap on Fuda. Plus 25% gay, 0% gay. I hate to say it to all the trap enjoyers. However, this isn't the gayest media you could be partaking in, making it plus 25% gay. So it'll be going smack in the middle. Let me find the combination real quick. Because see, here's the thing. You guys might not like the math and you might not agree with it, but numbers don't lie. Scientifically, statistically, you are looking at 2 individual schlongs and there's only 1 cooch in sight, thus making it plus 25% gay. You are looking at double the schmeats and only 1 of the coochies. Yes, they are both feminine presenting. However, that is double the glizzy action that you are partaking in. All right, let's get that out of here. Next up, hate to say it, you guys might not like it, but numbers don't lie. All right, trap and trap. Plus 25, plus 25. That's 50% gay, guys. I hate to tell you, it is gayer than trap and Fuda, but it is still not the gayest we can get. I feel like using deduction, you can already guess what the gayest we will get is. Another 50%er, man and Fuda. Plus 50, 0. See, here's the thing. Man and Fuda comes under heavy scrutiny. It's mainly about how the dynamics play out. Because if you recall, a Fuda technically has a cooch, but there is still double glizzy action going on. So it might not be gay, but it is still gayer than being straight. Can I get an amen in the chat? Don't type that. Because here's the thing. The dynamics play a heavy role into this on whether it's gayer or straighter. Because see, like trap on Fuda, who is going to be the one laying down the hammer? Because typically, when it's man and Fuda, you are watching the Fuda lay down the ba-bum on the man. Trap, it doesn't really matter. And trap and Fuda, it is heavily unlikely you will see the trap laying it down on the Fuda. It's usually the other way around. The Fudas are typically the most domineering force in the media you will be consuming. So let's get this out of here. Now, these 2 are easy. You may not like it, but there's some of the easiest we can do. Man on man, by definition, by math, science, the thinker immediately makes it the gayest possible combination you can have. Because you are watching 2 masculine, manly men. 2 men. Laying it down on each other. Hairy, muscly, berry, ottery, on each other. Oh, hyper gay. But that's okay. If that's what you're into, no shade. Now, man and trap, 50-25. Boom. Man and trap, 75% gayer than being straight. So by definition, trap and trap, man and Fuda, and trap and Fuda are technically speaking straighter than man and trap and man on man. All right? Now, on to the last 3 before we wrap up our lecture. We have woman and Fuda. Now, this was the entirety of the reason I wanted to do this video and teach you class why woman and Fuda by default, by definition, is the straightest, count them, straightest media you can partake in. All right? Minus 50%, 0. Bada bing, bada boom, making it 50% straighter. Okay, we're already past the being straight threshold. 50% straighter than man and woman in Fuda on Fuda. Wow, because see, here's the thing. Just do the math in your head. 2 coochies, 1 schlong, and it's typically the Fuda laying down the hammer, okay? So you're watching a feminine presenting individual that has both a coochie and a schlong laying down the hammer on a woman. Immediately straighter. Woman and trap. Boom! I hope you guys are taking notes. Woman and trap. Another key player in the straight renaissance. Plus 25, minus 50. Boom. If you are partaking on anything past this side, you know ball, you're invited to the cookout. Now, it might not be the black cookout. It may not be the black cookout. But you'll be you'll be invited to my Gooner cookout. Now, last, but most certainly not least, and what is typically argued as the straightest form of media you can take part in, we have woman on woman. All right? Oh my God, my throat hurts. Now, oh my gosh, wait. One sec, class. Oh, use code DOWNBAD at GamerSubs to get 10% off your order. Had to plug your boy real quick. Now, woman on woman, mathematically speaking, minus 50, minus 50. That is minus 100% gay because there is not a single schlong in sight. However, woman on woman is by definition gay. So it is both the straightest and one of the gayest media forms you can partake in. Now, if we're counting it on the straightest side, it is technically the straightest media you can partake in. But scientifically, since woman on woman is still considered gay, that would make woman on Fuda, by definition, the straightest media you can partake in. Now, you might have questions which you can leave down below, and I will possibly answer them. One of the issues that comes up is that Fudas get confused with trans women rather often. The key difference though, and the main issue that arises, is that trans women do not have a cooch. They only have the schlong. Unless they got bottom surgery, they will have a schlong. Fudas have both organs. The cooch is typically right below the cojones. All right. Thank you so much, students, for coming to today's lecture. I will now be passing the mic back to Freaky Computer Xeno. And there you have it. A simple and scientific way to shut down these future arguments. Make sure to share this video with your friends to educate them. And if you enjoyed today's class, then consider giving me a like and subscribing. You can even hype the video up to help me out. Big thanks to Hornsey for being my first channel member, by the way. It means a lot. That's all for today, though. Bye-bye.
You should follow Xeno now!